Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. I told you guys that if anything came up that I wanted to talk about with the Real Housewives of Orange County reunions that I would check in with you. So I'm just going to share a couple of observations that I had. First things first, upon seeing the women for the first time, all I could think about was Peggy and Lydia's hair. Lydia's hair is like swallowing her whole. I feel like she's getting tinier and her hair is getting bigger, and eventually it is just going to take over her entire body. Now, Peggy, on the other hand, I've talked about Peggy's hair before. It's cut short. Now it's just about shoulder length, but it's slicked back and still poofed up high on the top. It's kind of like 80s maybe, sort of a Robert Palmer Addicted to Love kind of thing. And Andy Cohen, he says to Peggy, "Oh, I like your hair." I know why he said that. Because it's one of those things where you have to say something about it. Almost like needed to be acknowledged. But I think he just did not know what to say. And so, of course, he went with a compliment. But did you really like that hair, Andy? I kind of think you didn't. Again, she is a beautiful woman. She is a wealthy woman. I want to know who her hair and makeup team is and why they're doing that to her. Everyone else looked either their normal self or very, pretty nice. I think they all wear way too much makeup and they all dress a little too old. Those girls should be in hipper, like cooler clothes, sort of like maybe something Carol would wear. Shannon lost 25 pounds, and Shannon also, I think, is a beautiful woman, except the way she was sitting, it looked like she had industrial strength Spanx on. She looked so packed into that dress. And I felt like I could knock on her stomach like she was wearing like armor or something underneath. I felt like Vicky always starts off these reunions very sedate, very quiet, and I feel like she always starts off that way. Maybe all the ladies kind of start off that way because they know it's going to be a marathon and they know there's going to be brawling happening. But I will say this, I think Lydia came in with the boxing gloves on and ready to rumble. I realize I'm probably pretty biased. I'm going to try to be delicate here, but I feel like I really have to mention what's probably the most controversial thing that was said during this whole part one of the reunion. And that was between Lydia and Megan. It started off with a clip of the drag queen episode and Lydia saying, "There's nothing about drag queens in the Bible, but I'm just really uncomfortable." Then she goes on to explain what she meant by saying, "What I meant was, I don't know if I'm supposed to be okay with them or not, because there's no mention in the Bible of it." Okay. And Megan is trying to tell her why she was upset with that. And Megan starts off by saying, "I just wanted to say that," and Lydia interrupts her and says, "What? What did you just want to say?" Okay, that is so aggressive. When somebody starts off a sentence with, "I was just trying to say," and then you interrupt them with, what were you going to try and say? You know you're being aggressive. Lydia was being aggressive. Megan was kind of taken aback, but anyway, Megan went on to say, "I just think you should use your brain and not need the Bible to tell you the difference between right and wrong all the time." Okay, so that's the big controversial line. And I know we all have our opinions about it. Either way, no matter how you feel or whose side you're on, but I have a problem with Lydia saying that she didn't know how to feel about drag queens because it wasn't in the Bible, because the Bible couldn't direct her. I don't have a problem with what Megan said. I think it was okay for Megan to suggest that she just think for herself about what she thinks is right or wrong. Particularly when there is no guidance in the Bible, right? Shouldn't what guidance you have already extracted from the Bible be enough to have provided you with some sort of a moral compass so that you can make determinations in the future? I would think so. But again, my opinion is just my opinion. That's all I'm going to say. The rest of this episode was just sad. Talked a little bit about Kelly's divorce, a lot about Tamara and her daughter. And while I have a lot of compassion for Tamara, I really do. I really do. I feel like she is in a tough situation. I also think that if the one request your child has is that you don't talk about her in public, just don't. And I know Andy's asking you about it, but that's his job. But you have to just say, no, I can't talk about her. I'm going to respect her wishes, and I cannot discuss her. The problem may be that Tamara just really didn't have a compelling storyline this season. The rest of the sad episode was with Shannon and her divorce. And I'm trying to kind of make sense of the timing here because we all knew about it, but the ladies, Vicky and Kelly, and it seemed like the ladies on the other side of the couch anyway, were just finding out for the first time. Vicky seemed pretty distraught about it. I think it was genuine. I don't know. You know what? I am far less cynical than a lot of people are. I do kind of want to believe the best in people, and I'm not sure Vicky's that good of an actress, so I do think Vicky was shocked by it and felt bad. Yeah, that story was a pretty big downer, and that's about all we had time for. Was Peggy even there? If I didn't notice Peggy's wacky hair, I wouldn't have even known. I don't think she spoke. But it's only part one. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Check back with me next Monday at 1 p.m. Central Time and see if I have any thoughts or opinions about round 2. That's it for me. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment down below. What did you guys think about part 1 of this reunion? I'd love to hear from you. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.